My name is Austin Isaac Gunn. I was born December 17th, 1998 in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. My mama, she was a good lady. My dad never was around. My mama got in trouble when she was younger, so she moved off to Arkansas. My grandparents got custody of me. My grandparents provided everything that I could ever ask for and then some. They were the closest thing to mom and dad that I had to actually live with. Growing up, I had a good childhood. Most stories start out with a traumatic childhood, but mine don't start out like that. I had everything I could ever ask for. I had friends. I went to a good school. Growing up, I didn't like staying at home. I was always one who wanted to be somewhere doing something. And eventually, when I got into middle school, I started messing around, using marijuana. That led a little bit on to doing prescription pills. Probably my 7th and 8th grade year, I played football a little bit. My grades started slipping because of the drug use. And eventually when I get into high school, my grades really start slipping. I start using methamphetamines. Fast forward a couple of months, I'd get kicked out of school because of my grades, get threatened to be sent to court and all this other stuff because of my attendance and my grades. I was skipping class, all of that stuff. Back in middle school when I was probably 12, I found out that my mama had come up missing. This was in June of 2010. That's kind of why I started smoking pot and taking prescription pills back then. February of 2011, I found out that nothing but skeletal remains were found left of her, which really left me devastated. And me being so young, I didn't know how to grieve with that. I didn't know how to process that, so I built it up into my mind and stuff, and that's what kind of caused me to start using. Later on, probably April or May of 2018, I was out running around chasing some dope with some of my friends, and my phone was dead. Well, I get back to my friend's house, turned my phone on, and found out that my grandpa had passed away. That really spiraled me downhill because I kind of held that in my heart because I was supposed to be home. I was gone in his truck. I was supposed to have had it back the day that he passed away, but I didn't. I was too busy out chasing drugs, too busy out chasing the high, too busy out chasing money. And I really held that in. Actually, the day of his funeral, while the funeral procession was lining up, I actually snuck off and went and bought some methamphetamine and got high right after we put him on the ground because I didn't know what to do. I thought of all the possibilities of what if I would have been there? What if I could have saved him? What if me being home, he could have still been here today possibly. Fast forward a little bit to August of 2018, I got picked up on my first charges, which were promotion of methamphetamine manufacture, because me and some friends got pulled over and they found precursors to make methamphetamine in the vehicle. A couple of weeks goes by, I get picked up on my violation. When I started using methamphetamines again after I got out of jail, it was partially because I found out that my grandmother had stage 4 throat cancer, and that drove me to relapse. And because I didn't know how to cope with that at that time, being fresh out of jail, being sober and stuff, I didn't know how to cope with anything sober. Drugs were all I ever knew. November 10th of 2021, I ended back up in jail. When I went to court that morning, the judge told me, she said, you've got two options. She said, you can either go to rehab or you can sit in jail for a year. She said, but until you find a rehab to get into, you're going to sit in jail. January 15th of 2022, Cody Collier come pick me up from Tennessee at the Wayne County Jail. I didn't know what I was walking into or none of that. All I knew was I was going to Texas to rehab. Well, I get down here to Texas. I start off at Isaiah 58 Farms. My first thoughts were, I don't like this place. I want to leave. Well, after a little bit of being there, I realized that if I leave from this place, that I go back to jail. And I realized that I need this place. This is what's going to help me turn my life around. A couple of months rolls around, probably April of 22. The end of April is when I got the call. I was at work at the sawmill, and she had actually passed away in her sleep. Being here at this place, Isaiah 58 Farms, Wiseman Life Recovery, House of Disciples, it's all rolled into Wiseman Ministries, and thankfully to Wiseman Ministries, me being down here helped me learn how to deal with stuff sober. I've been sober since November 10th of 2021. I'm thankful for Wiseman Ministries. I'm thankful for the opportunities that they have gave me. Being sober and being able to live life on life's terms it's really amazing. This was something that I never seen myself doing, but it amazes me every day that I was actually able to do this. I'm thankful for everything that they've done for me, every way they've helped me.